Welcome to Lakewood Ranch CERT training. The purpose of this video is to review and help to remind you of the contents of your backpack in order to ensure that you're ready to deploy if necessary. Our organisation's website is lwrcert.org and it has information both for the public and for you as members and volunteers. It's where you can get access to information about the current activation level and what actions you could be considering taking today. It's also where we have many links and information sources that are available to keep you both informed and educated. And that includes links to presentations such as this. Lakewood Ranch CERT has worked over the years to design the contents of the backpack provided to you, so we want to make sure that you keep yourself familiar with this critical equipment. It's a good practice a couple of times a year to take out your backpack, particularly say during team events, and check that everything is in good order and to remind yourself of the contents. Now, while the backpack has been arranged in a certain way, this may not suit you, and you can certainly move things around if this is more convenient or logical to you. But if you've got any good ideas, please feel free to share them. As you review the contents, you may feel that there's a need to change or replenish something, or you may have questions on how to use an item. So please just talk to your team leader and they should be able to help you. Now, some people have other ideas on things to add to their backpack to make it more useful to them, and we'll share a couple of those later on. But the key objective of this video is to help to keep you familiar with the backpack and ready for action should you deploy. Here are a couple of pictures of the current version of the backpack that we're issuing new volunteers today. Yours may look slightly different, and we'll see another example later on, but essentially the backpack contents will be the same even so. The water in the side pocket is not intended for drinking. It is intended for you to use for washing wounds if needed. We have another solution for hydration, which we'll see later. Inside your backpack, you should find a copy of a checklist of items that you were issued with as a member of Lakewood Ranch CERT. It's important to make sure that these items are there and in good order, so take a look and check things out. The current list is available from the member area of the website if you need it. So let's begin by opening up the front pocket of the backpack and taking a look at the contents. We'll speed it up in this video and then we'll come back and take a look at the items. This is what you should find in the front pocket of the backpack. Glow sticks, crayon, whistle, multifunction tool or perhaps a Swiss Army knife, flashlight and batteries, hand sanitizer, dust masks and disposable gloves. At the top is the helmet chin strap, but that might already be attached to your helmet. It's also recommended that the batteries for the flashlight are stored separately from it, just to avoid any potential for battery leakage. Also, while we provide basic dust masks, you may choose to add an additional alternative mask, for example, an N95 mask. Let's look at the side pockets. On one side, you'll find the carry sling, and on the other side, there should be a bottle of water. As I mentioned before, that water isn't intended for drinking. We have another solution for that, which we'll see later, and talk about the purpose of that water bottle. When you open the main section of the backpack, it's likely that the first thing you'll find on the top is the medical kit. As you can see in this shot, that bag with the medical kit clearly contains a lot of items. We'll take a look at what's inside in a minute, but first let's see what else is inside the backpack. So let's take a look at what else is in the backpack. There's a high visibility work vest. Please wear this at all times. A pair of work gloves. Some protective goggles. And your helmet. In addition, there's a SAM splint. You'll find some duct tape and 4 rolls of triage tape. So let's take one more look at those items. There's the high visibility vest, the work gloves, the goggles, the helmet, a SAM splint, some duct tape, and the 4 rolls of triage marking tape. Alright, let's unpack that medical kit. We're going to speed this up and lay all these items out, and then we'll come back and run through them again. So off we go. So as you can see, a lot of items came out of that plastic bag when it was unpacked. Looking on the left-hand side here, we can see a number of dressings and bandages, and on the right-hand side, there's also some more bandages and dressings, but in addition to that, some other items of equipment. I think it's important that we run through these and just refresh your memory as to what each of these components are. So, here we go.
12 by 30 dressing, 5 by 9 ABD pads, 10 4 by 4 pads, 2 emergency mylar blankets, 3 triangular bandages, 4 ace bandages, 2 rolled gauze, 2 Coflex bandages, 1 package of band-aids, medical tape, 4 triage tags, EMT scissors, disposable tweezers, eye patches, and red waste bag.
Here's the tourniquet, which you didn't see being unpacked, since we only add those to your pack once you've been trained in the use of this device. It's really important to understand when and how to use it, and the circumstances for you to use it should be really rare. However, it's a good idea to keep familiar with it, and again, if you've got questions on using this, please talk to your team captain. Since the bottle of water provided in the side pocket is intended for washing out wounds, we have available a hydration pack which can be filled up with water and worn under your backpack. The advantage of these is not only the large capacity that they have, but also you get access to the fluid through the tube without having to rummage around in your backpack and find bottles and then unscrew them. In addition, there's information that's provided around how to maintain and keep your hydration pack clean. The final piece of equipment that you've been provided with by Lakewood Ranch CERT to keep with the backpack is the Motorola two-way radio. This is an important piece of equipment to help keep you in touch with your team members and team captain, and it was provided to you during your basic training. Don't forget to regularly check that it's functioning and that you have your team codes programmed in for use should you need to deploy. Here are some items that you might want to think about adding to your backpack. A bandana or similar type of cloth, some pens and a Sharpie for when you have to write things, and in my case, a pair of readers so that I can read what I've written. Remember that documentation of what we do in the whole process is an important part of our activities. Finally, the other thing to consider is a bug spray, given our particular environment where bugs can be a problem. However, it's recommended that you don't actually store this in the backpack, since it might leak. Since Lakewood Ranch CERT has been operating and training volunteers for quite a number of years, some of you may have a backpack which looks a little bit more like this one. There are some design differences, but the contents should essentially be the same as those which we have been reviewing. Note that on this one I have a storage pocket where I keep my ID card and lanyard, and along with the key to the pool storage area where my team boxes are located, should I need to get to them. And I also use one of the additional zip pockets to separately hold the tourniquet. So we've been through the backpack and its contents, and as we mentioned, if you'd like to rearrange the items in a way that's most convenient for you, then please feel free to do so. Should you use any supplies or for whatever reason need new ones, then please arrange for this through your team captain. There are team boxes, and these contain additional supplies and equipment to supplement the contents of your backpack. So try to familiarize yourself with the contents of these boxes as well. This is always a great exercise that you could do as a team at the beginning of Hurricane System when we deploy the boxes. And finally, add in other items that you think will help you be effective. Previously we shared with you some of the items that you might consider. Alright, please take a moment and review the summary points. We believe that you should have a good understanding of your backpack and the equipment to help you perform your CERT duties. And by the way, we're always reviewing our preparedness, and this includes looking at upgrades to our equipment. If you've got any questions or suggestions, then please let us know either via your team captain or send us an email to cert@lwrcert.org. Thanks for watching this video and taking the time to familiarize yourself again with your Lakewood Ranch CERT Backpack. Finally, on behalf of the President and Board of CERT, we all thank you for volunteering your time to help our Lakewood Ranch community and to support our commitment of neighbors helping neighbors. Thank you.